Moving on now, Israel is holding its largest and most advanced air exercise ever, joined by 7 countries including India, France, the United States, Germany and the United Arab Emirates. The exercise named Blue Flag is underway in Israel's Negev desert. Israel has held the Blue Flag exercises every 2 years since 2013. This year, more than 70 fighter jets, including Mirage 2000s, Rafales and F-16s, and about 1,500 personnel are participating in the drill. The 2-week exercise that will end on October 28th marks several firsts. It's the first time a British fighter squadron has been deployed to Israel since the establishment of the country. It's the first time an Indian Mirage fighter squadron has been deployed to Israel as well. Also the first time a French Rafale fighter squadron has been deployed to the country. Another first, the chief of the United Arab Emirates Air Force is visiting Israel for the Air Force exercise. While the UAE aircraft are not flying in the drill, the visit from the country's Air Force chief is significant. The two US allies normalized relations last year. Their public embrace has so far been in the diplomatic and commercial rather than military spheres. Israel has called the visit of a harbinger of cooperation in air power.
I know it's a friendship. And it's the beginning of cooperation around exercise and international exercise. We flew with the UAE fighters in international exercise in Greece. We flew together, and we are looking forward to host the Emirates Air Force here in Israel.
Shared concerns over common foe, Iran, were widely seen as a major factor of discussion that spurred the UAE towards Israel. But the chief of Israeli Air Force operations, AMIR LAZAR, stressed that the drill doesn't focus on Iran. Israeli army officials have long maintained that the Islamic Republic remains Israel's top strategic threat, and Iran's nuclear program is also at the center of much of its military planning. Israel is also concerned over a fleet of drones that it claims Tehran is dispatching to its proxies across the Middle East, including in Yemen, Syria and Lebanon.
This exercise don't focus on Iran. The scenario don't relevant for what the Israeli Air Force prepared. When you look at Iran as an enemy, but the Israeli Air Force is ready, and we are focusing. It's part of our training, our routine training.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.